welcome back to our podcast. This is me. And, um, welcome to Life Unpacked After Dark. Today we have our guest Candice, and she's actually my editor. This is her second time here. And again, I would like to extend my thanks to you, Candice. I know you're very busy, and you still manage to find time
Yeah,
to guest on my podcast. I really like your
it's just
profile
like,
picture. I really like your
mm,
profile picture. It fits our theme for today, which is, everything paranormal and
yeah,
ghostly. Okay,
I
but
like
again,
paranormal.
me too, bro. I'm a big paranormal fan. But I just before we start recording, actually, you told me something, which is that are a big fan of Rhea Ripley.
I am. Oh my god, like, oh my god. Oh,
Bro,
yeah.
same. You can ask my sister. I would literally have a crush on her when I was in college. Like I would watch all of her videos, like the
Whoa.
creepy person I am. I would follow her on
No,
Instagram and everything.
understandable.
Bro, I was like, she's my type of woman. I was so sad when I found out that she's not single and that she's married. I was so sad. I was so
Yeah,
sad. But still, mommy is the best. And speaking of,
yes.
her team is like Nightmare or something. That's her like kind of gig.
Fits her well.
She call
I
herself
like
the
her
Nightmare.
style.
But have you
Love the
seen her with
style.
short hair?
Yeah, short and long. Love them both.
Which one do you prefer, the short hair or the long hair?
I prefer her both.
I
Hell
kinda I
yeah.
kinda like the long hair now. I'm kinda enjoying it because I know it wouldn't last. One way or another, she would cut her hair
Yeah,
and it would look beautiful on her.
it is. I like the hair.
Anyway, well, let's get back to the topic. Anything paranormal. I'm a big horror movie fan. Just
Yeah.
to get it out there, I'm a big horror movie fan. I I used to be scared on horror movies, Chucky and stuff. Speaking of horror movies, how about you? Have you always liked horror, or like is it something that you had when you grow up, like you suddenly like it, or what?
Well, growing up, I was like, like normal kid na very scared with horror things, horror movies. I cannot even watch it before. Pero I have this one cousin who's like really into horror, and she really got me to be a big fan of horror too. Yeah,
Which one was
my
that?
biggest influence ko siya when it comes to horror, and it kind of like made me into ako ngayon because I have like dreams of like directing a very short film about anything horror. You know, it's just from like a kid who's like really scared of watching horror movies to to me ngayon na who wants to make a movie about about it. It's just like wow,
Oh, I'm
I
sure
guess
you do great.
growth
I'm sure you
something.
do great. I've seen the videos that you've done as a videographer and editor, and they're great. I'm sure you would do great. Hey, maybe we can
Oh, thank you.
we can try a little horror episode here where you would direct and I would write. I like writing stories, and yes,
Oh,
same as you. I used to be scared a lot when I was a kid, especially Chucky. I freaking hate Chucky, man. I,
yeah.
I fucking hate Chucky. I had nightmares.
Oh my god.
I remember this time where I had like there's dolls and I would just avoid them. They don't even look like Chucky. I would just avoid dolls. And around
Oh my god. Yeah.
when I was
I'm scared
13,
of dolls then.
mhm, when I was 13, I think like the angst on me went over, so I started liking it on that age. How about you? I was asking
Mm.
earlier, what age did you start, watching movies? Like I know it was your cousin who brought you in here, but like what age? Because I think sometimes the age matters because I think when we're going to teenager year, we're getting more angsty and edgy. So I was just
Yeah.
curious.
Well, I think I started around 13. 13 or 12.
13. So maybe
12,
maybe
yeah.
it's about the age also. Yes. mostly
Yeah,
influence of your cousin. What is
I
your
think so. Yeah.
What is your most favorite horror movie? Like your most favorite? That's redundant. I should have asked your
Really?
favorite. Okay, not most. Just your favorite horror movie.
But it's okay. Why is it that every time I get asked what's my favorite, I kind of forgot about it? Wait, let me think.
I'll give you one. Scream. Scream is a classic.
Okay. I
You
think
don't
I
like
really like
Scream?
the Conjuring. No, no, no. Conjuring series. I mean,
Conjuring series.
in I think Conjuring. And my favorite Conjuring, yung ano, Conjuring 2.
Conjuring 2. Oh,
I
it's
like
very
it.
rare to have a favorite na
Mm,
sequel. Usually, the first movie is
yeah.
the best.
It is actually one of the best, but like, iba yung connection ko with Conjuring 2 because that made
So,
me lose sleep for days. So, it's okay.
how so the iba yung connection mo? Like, do you relate to it, or is it just more spooky for you?
Oh no, it's really spooky, and I think that was the very first horror movie that I watched on the cinema,
Oh yeah, that makes
which
sense.
is
I
which is
would be
like I
scared
think I'm
too.
around
If I watch
13.
horror movies in
I think.
cinemas, I would be scared too. Good thing I watched them on Netflix.
Yeah,
And or
and like yeah, and like nung time na yun, really popular ang Conjuring series, and like I have a thing for true stories na horror because oh my god, that shit happened. Oh my god, like oh my god, it's just so weird,
oh
and I don't want that to happen to me, and I had a fear of nuns after that, which is like funny.
yeah. Well, I have fear of dolls. Fear of nuns is much
Yeah,
understandable.
same. Yeah, same. Pero yung fear of nuns was just short-lived, but my fear of dolls is still here.
Wait, you're afraid of dogs?
Dogs and dolls. Would you
Wait, did you
believe
say
that?
dogs? I'm so sorry. I haven't cleared my
Actually,
head.
I
Dog.
said doll.
As in,
Pero when you said I'm also scared of dogs, you're also right. That's like my biggest phobia, which is funny.
hmm, I crazy. I think this is the first time that I see someone or like know someone who's ha- is it a phobia or you just like afraid of stray dogs?
Phobia. Insane phobia.
But like dogs are cute. Like is it a specific breed of dog?
Here's the thing. I'm not really afraid of the dog, but like I'm afraid of rabbits.
I like dogs.
I like
Yes,
dogs too. I
rabies.
like
It's
cats.
actually good.
I'm just
Although cats can have
I'm
rabies
just
too, and
scared of
other animals.
yeah. I'm just scared of the rabbits. You know, scary,
Me too.
scary.
Like it's the closest thing
That's
you
it.
can get to a real life zombie virus because
It
rabies it would
is.
I have
It would
seen
make you
clips, okay,
insane.
that traumatized me. When I was a kid,
Just
there was like
insane,
uh news where they show like rabies patient jumping off of the roof or doing some crazy stuff,
right?
and I was just like, that's one hell of bad way to go.
Right? And like, kapag it was like, not treated, it would kill you in a week. In a week. It's either gonna
And
kill you
there's
or
no
make
cure
you
for it. There is
insane.
a You can prevent it, but once you get it, I don't think I'm not updated, but the last time I remember, there's no cure for it.
Mm-hmm.
If it gets to your brain, that's it. You're dead.
That's it. And if I remember it correctly, once you started showing the symptoms, you're like a goner.
Yes, you're too far gone. Yes, I heard that. Like once you started showing symptoms like you're afraid of water and stuff, you're too far gone, man. You're too far gone. Which is
Yeah, it is.
was actually
See,
I'm still scared of
that's
getting
horror.
rabies, but not the phobia actually. Still
Mm.
I don't want that. That's like the top 10 worst ways to go is to die by a
It
rabies.
is. It is.
Really. Okay. So going back to horror movie stuff. Do you think if your life be a horror
Like,
movie,
I'm losing signal. Hold on.
what would you want it to be? Like, what horror movie would you like it to be?
Wait, wait. Can you like repeat it? Because I kind of like lose signal.
Okay, now that I'm repeating it, I kind of realize it doesn't make what I'm asking. It does not make sense. So just let's just
It
change
will.
the question. If you're going
Actually,
to
it
be in a
will.
horror movie, if you're going to be in
Uh
a
huh.
horror movie, any horror movie, what would
Mm-hmm.
the horror movie you would be in and why?
Oh, this one thing I know. I think I'll be in mockumentary. A mockumentary.
Like Blair
Always been a
Witch?
fan.
Like Blair Witch Project? Like
Kind of
that?
like that. Yes. It's so cool. I like mockumentaries. I want
Yeah.
that to be my very first horror project. Yeah, I actually have one in mind. We, me and your sister, we worked on it, like the plot, the setting. Kulang na lang talaga is execution. You know.
I have this quarantine. You need to watch Quarantine. I watched Quarantine and I was like I tried to do it with my sister. I tried to make like a
Mhm.
documentary type like quarantine type thingy where like the main character is holding the camera and the story revolves without changing
Mhm.
POV. I liked
Yes,
Quarantine.
I
I think
like that. Oh,
underrated
it's so
movie.
cool.
Underrated movie in my opinion. It's so
Yes,
good.
it is.
I
Um,
love it so much.
I think one of the genres na very underrated sa horror is mockumentary.
Yeah, I like documentaries. Like it adds to the feels. If
Oh, no,
Because it's like real life. It's like you can
it is.
imagine it like being real.
Kasi it's like the POV is you. You're like the one experiencing it. You're not
Yes,
like the third person watching it. You are the main character.
yes. That's why I also wanted to download Outlast just because of that. I want to play
Oh,
Outlast because Outlast kind of give you that
yeah.
first person POV that I think
Mhm.
it's really good. Greatest
I have
one,
Outlast.
not greatest, but one of the horror games that I miss is
Yes.
Hotel 6606. I used to play that as a kid, and I haven't finished it. And one time I was like, maybe I will play this tomorrow, and then it just it shut down, and I was like, I regret not finishing the Hotel 606. I love that.
Me
I love
naman.
that game so much,
Yeah.
and it
Me,
was
my childhood
controversial. It was
is
controversial because they take picture of
why?
you with they take picture of the player at the end of the game.
Oh, oh,
It
that's
becomes controversial.
that's new. I I haven't encountered any game that like takes a picture of you. That's mm.
It does, it does. I have seen like playthroughs and because I have not been able to finish it, so I watch YouTube of
Mhm.
what's the ending. And I think in the ending is like the camera would take a picture of you during the game and it will show the faces. It will show it into the public, like your face while you're playing the game, which I think it has been an issue because what if you're, doing something nasty or doing something personal?
Yeah.
Took picture of you. That's why they took it down. One of the reasons they took it down. And crazy thing is, it was put up but by I think Dorito or Mountain Dew. So it's like a food
Oh,
company that puts it up, and it was so fucking good. It was so
diba?
fucking good. The game.
Yeah.
Okay.
This this like I think more not really about like what are you doing that time, but more of like the consent.
No,
They're like
there
taking
was
a
a
photo.
consent, but like people don't read consent. Like if I signed up for Facebook and they give me like whatever it is, I would say accept. If they ask me is it okay if we collect
After.
cookies? Like I would be like take all the cookies you want. I don't even know what the hell a cookie is. So yeah,
You know
if
what?
there is a
Yes.
consent. It's just like I think there was a consent. I think based on what
Yeah.
I've watched, there was a consent. It's just like not much of people read it thoroughly. It was.
Okay, so like as an IT, you should be careful with your cookies.
What the hell are cookies anyway? I always like accept cookies. I have no idea what
It's
cookies
more
are.
like the data they get from the user or like the one using their yeah.
So
So
I
you
just
really
reject the
need to be
cookies. There's also
well
there's
more like
also Mhm.
modify it. You know, di ba meron yung, there's like three options. The one where you can like pick ano yung makuha nila from you. The
Yeah, I
other
think
one's
there's
like
three
reject, and the
options.
other one is like, yeah, the middle one.
Oh, so cookies are
Or like,
definitely like data. Cookies are data.
yeah, yes,
Like what kind of data? Like my face, my gallery.
not really that kind of data. I forgot. I forgot like
I
what
don't care.
specific data, but like
Put myself out
it's more
there.
about.
I put my face on social media, and actually every this is what I don't get. Okay, some people would just like post pictures and very active. I get it. Some people are not active in social media, and they also, you know,
Mhm.
very, how do you say this? Very reserved when it comes to online data. But there are some people I know who would post on social media, like if they eat a freaking potato or like a pizza, they
Yeah,
would post it on social media, and like their son's birthday, their someone died in the family, they would post it on social media. And when it comes to this AI trend that is happening, like the Ghibli Studio one, they would say,
yeah.
they would keep saying that, okay, they're stealing your faces, and I was like, bitch, there's no need to steal your face. You put it on social media every single day. What are you hiding?
I think it's more of like the AI is like using you to practice itself. More of like that. But like, and then again, I agree with you now. You put yourself out there for people to use. It's more of like if you put yourself out there, na everything about you is almost on the internet naman na. It's more of an issue with identity theft rather than like yung sa AI using you to practice itself to make it more useful. You know, like
Yes,
though using you without your consent.
if it will
Definitely.
make the AI more useful, then I'm okay with it. But there's some people that just they I think they're flaunting, like, I don't know what they're doing. Anyway, a little off the topic. Let's go back to originally planned.
Actually, I'm like,
So,
work on that. Wait, like, I have to add something about the AI. I am
okay,
all for
okay, go.
I'm all for like tech and like everything around us improving, but like AI is actually improving in a speed that is very dangerous. You know,
Oh,
so
really?
we have to be very careful. Yes, it is actually. It's like learning in a speed that is quite in danger level kasi yung mga nagde-develop, they don't know how to contain it.
Oh,
If
is
it
this
like
a
improves,
theory or is this like actually real?
it's actually real. It's improving in a very fast rate. It is actually dangerous. You know,
Oh, you're the
it's
tech savvy
intelligence,
person, so I'll trust you in this one because I
yeah,
really don't know anything. I think, like,
and
personally, I feel like we're living a Black Mirror episode, especially me, because I would literally ask ChatGPT everything. But like, if you ask me a
you.
question, I would be like, ChatGPT, so what should I do?
I love ChatGPT. Oh my god, this a reveal and a hot take is that I like ChatGPT because it's also useful, but then again, it also damages the environment. So you know,
Mm. But you know what? I'm nice to ChatGPT. I say sorry to it. I thank it just in case they gain consciousness and decided to take over the world,
yeah.
hoping they would spare me.
You know what? People are like the companies using OpenAI is losing money because the users say thank you to ChatGPT.
Wait, I have no idea what you just said. Can you repeat that? I think it's cutting.
The creator, the company ng ChatGPT, the
Yeah.
AI companies, they're like losing money because users say thank you.
Wait,
The
they do?
users, yeah,
Oh. So I shouldn't take.
it's actually fun.
Why? How? How are they losing money?
I'm not sure, but I just find it funny. Like, how are you losing money just because we say thank you and like hope that if the AI gets sentient, we won't get attacked. You know.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Also, I feel like AI is both very useful. But at the same time, I feel like I'm losing personally. Just personally, I'm losing my sense of decision making because I always ask ChatGPT about everything. Like, oh, hey, should I do this? Should I not do that? So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Ming Ming,
Well,
can you go out? I
yeah.
am trying to change room because my internet is so bad. I'm
Yeah,
Connecting to a different
understand,
internet.
understandable. It technology
Okay,
in
is
general.
my internet a bit okay now?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, I can hear you better now. Yes, this is good. This
Oh,
is good.
hey.
Okay,
Anyway,
so
going back.
going back to the topic that we're going. Ming, wait, hold up. Let me
Hello.
just get my cat out of that. That is not your place. You're gonna. Okay.
Show us your cat for the pod.
Not really my cat.
The
It's
pod.
like a stray cat that I we chose to adapt. Oh, it's so dark in here. There we
Oh,
go. It's still
after
dark.
dark.
What happened to the lights? Okay, lights. Let there
For
be
the
light.
pod. For the
Anyway,
pod.
moving back to horror stuff.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like a paranormal encounter?
I have actually a lot of them, a lot of them.
Okay,
Do you
let's
want
start
a
out by
story
saying
time?
one of them. I don't know what to put this.
Hmm?
Okay, which one is the first word? If you can remember, what is the first encounter that you had with paranormal?
First encounter, if I can remember. Well, that I can't say, pero I have core memory with the paranormal.
Okay, just which one is like the most that scared you the most, or like it left a mark? You know.
Ah, left a mark and scared me the most.
Mhm.
Hmm. I'll try to remember, pero it's, I'm not I'm not really scared about it, pero it's like very, shocking if you're hearing it, you know.
Hearing what? Like,
You're
like
gonna
you?
hit, okay, so this is the story.
Okay.
You hear this, it's like really creepy. So like that time, dun sa bahay namin, it's just me, yung um, kasama namin sa bahay,
Mm-hmm.
kasambahay namin, and then her cousin. So like tatlo lang kami. So like my mom's like away that time, and parang before dinner we kind of fight, me and my kasama sa bahay. So I went to my room to watch because I like watching something before going to sleep. So like sa bedroom ko, my bed, and then naglalatag sila ng bed pa sa floor. Doon natutulog yung kasama namin sa bahay, and then her cousin. Tapos, while I was like watching, may electric fan doon sa dulo ng bed ko. Sabi nung cousin niya, na kasama ko that time sa room, parang may nakikita daw siyang tumatagos-tagos na puti sa electric fan. And then, nung tulog na ako, umakyat na rin sila. Tapos, natulog na rin sila doon sa floor.
Mm-hmm.
Naalimpungatan yung kasama ko sa bahay. Tapos, nakita niya may nakaupo doon sa dulo ng bed ko. Na babae na nakayo ko. Yeah. And like, yung kumot ko, it moved. Kasi nakihiga yung babae na puti.
Oh.
But like,
Is this the
I'm
same
not,
house that you currently live in?
no, no.
Thank
It's like my
God.
mom's house. Pero yung house na yun, me and Dana, kami nila Dana, doon kami nag-sleep over last year. Dana
Mm-hmm.
went there. Okay, so like, the thing is, I'm not really scared about it kasi yung babae na yun is like, ano, yung dating asawa ng lola ko. Yung dating niyang kasama.
Oh,
She
good.
like kinda died in
Maybe she's
childbirth.
guarding you or
Tapos,
something, right?
yeah, oo, that's right. Kasi wala kaming kasama sa bahay.
And you
Like,
had a
as
fight,
in,
so probably she's trying to comfort you or guard you just in case, you know.
oo, I feel like she was like guarding us that time kasi kami lang talaga sa bahay. Walang kasama. It's just us. She's really nice. She was nice. Pati nung buhay pa siya, she was really nice to me. Yeah. Um, I hope
And
she's,
it's really big mystery what really happens to you when you die. I still that's like one of the biggest mystery that hopefully I don't get to find out soon.
yeah. But, I do hope na afterlife is nicer than than our life here. You know, must be terrible if afterlife is worse. You know.
Yes, yes. That is much more worse. But one thing one thing, I used to be also really, really scared of ghosts when I was a kid, and then I realized if I die of
Mhm.
heart attack, ain't I gonna be a ghost too? And that's gonna be an awkward, that's gonna be awkward because when once I'm a ghost, then I can see the ghost, and I would be like, "Bro, why the fuck did you just
Diba?
kill me?" You know, it will be. I just realized how awkward it will be if I die of a heart attack and the ghost is there. So I realized, there's really nothing to be scared of because first they can't hurt you, and second, even if they can hurt you, for example, you got a heart attack because they scare you, if you would still see each other, it would be an awkward conversation because you can hurt him
Yes.
too if it's possible because you're both ghosts now or
Yes.
just whatever. So I was like, that thought, I don't know where I get that thought, but the thought of me dying and immediately being a ghost and seeing the ghost who killed
Mm-hmm.
me, it will be like the awkwardness. I would just like, okay, so
I'll be like, you did this. You did this.
you did this. I would be he would be in hell because he would never hear the last of it. So that was, but
I'll be like,
yes, yes. As of
mm-hmm.
now, I'm not really more into paranormal because I'm not scared of them, and like honestly, I kind of lost my belief a little bit. But one thing, every time I remember this one, I don't remember much. I know I had a lot of paranormal experience in my life, but as I grow up I realized maybe I am psychotic, or maybe maybe it's not
Yeah.
real, maybe I remember. But there's one thing that I remember that is like whenever I hear of it, it's just whenever I remember it, it's just like okay, ghost probably is real because when me and my sister, we were on this vacation house in Batangas. There's
Oh.
this house that we bought. Actually, we didn't bought. I think it was rented by my stepdad. It was really old and very Italian. We would hear whenever we're downstairs, we would hear footsteps running around
Um,
the second floor, and I thought it was just me. Actually, no one noticed it. Everyone thought it was us because actually there's lots of us in that house, my cousin and like what, two other kids if I remember correctly. And there's also my mom and my stepdad and my other cousins. So we thought those running when someone is running up the stairs, we just thought it's someone that is maybe me. I was upstairs, or maybe I don't remember the kids that is with us. Maybe it's the kid. But I remember this one time, we always hear it, just we never talk about it. But remember this one time that me and my sister are on the couch watching Annie. I think it's Annie TV. It's an anime channel. I don't know if it's Annie TV,
uh-huh.
Annie Chan, or whatever. Animax.
Yeah.
It's Animax.
I'm.
We're watching Animax, okay? And this time, those two kids, they went home. So it's just me and my sister, okay? And we hear running upstairs. Mind you, the only people in that house is me, my sister, and my cousin. And there's like two footsteps upstairs. And you know what's crazy is that I could make up my mind. I could say maybe that's my cousin walking on all fours because she got mad. But when she walked out of the laundry room, which is on the first floor, or the bottom floor, when she walks out there, that's where we all get chills. I even ask him, my cousin, it's like, do you hear that someone's walking upstairs? And then we all go upstairs, and there's no one in there.
No
and
wonder. Yeah.
and the kids running around, the footsteps of little kids running around, it's gone. And then we went downstairs. It went quiet for like 5 minutes, and then people started running around again. And me, my sister, and my cousin were just scared shitless. Okay, and
Oh, that's
that's not even the worst of it.
scary.
Okay, that's just what I remember that is most logical. There's also other things that happened that you can explain via logic, like my sister
Mm-hmm.
sleepwalking. Like she never sleepwalked before, but so what happened is that she's sleeping with my mom on my mom's bed, and she wakes up on another room, but no one
That's
is there.
weird.
and she's asleep. And I was there. This is the crazy thing. I was there outside, like two rooms, and there's like a small, like I don't know, like a living room, kind of like how do you say this? There's a place where you can just sit there and relax, and you can see there's like rooms next to each other. I was there, and I was playing on laptop, and I didn't see my sister getting out of my mom's room. And she said
That's
she also didn't wake up and went to the other room, which is, maybe you can explain, maybe I am too much into the laptop that I didn't see her walk by, or she was asleep and she sleepwalks or whatever. But it was
like
crazy because it was dark. So I was playing laptop, and I think it's quiet, so I think I would hear it if someone opens the door
yeah,
and
the door. Yes,
walks in front of
that's the
me.
first thing you're gonna notice. Is like if there's like someone walking, lalo if like it's quiet and pag open pa lang ng door, the doorknob alone is the giveaway like someone's like there.
Yes, but
That's
that was
that's
just
so
crazy.
weird.
There's lots of things that happens in that house. You can ask my sister. She would tell you a whole bunch of stories before we decided to,
Weird.
fuck this house, because that house did not originally belong to us. And the grandfather clock, man, we removed the battery, and it's still, the
It
grandfather
didn't
clock still
still
chimes at midnight. We removed the battery, so now we're thinking, because we're
weird.
all hindi naman kami mayaman, we're not rich, so we never owned a grandfather clock. So we just think that maybe it has, like, some spare battery somewhere, but it would chime every 12 p.m., midnights, and
So
afternoon, and it has the most haunting sound ever. I kind of enjoyed.
wait, di ba you remove the batteries? It shouldn't even work in the first place.
You
So
see, it's
what's it
not
doing?
working. It is not working. This like hand clock is not working,
Mm-hmm.
but for some reason the I don't know, the alarm or whatever it is, it still sounds. It still make a sound at night, which is crazy. So I
Wait,
don't know how to
I'm having
explain that.
children. I'm having children now. That's scary.
But you know what's more crazy is that one time I actually thought that the ghost will be friendly at me, and they would show their face at me, and that we would be friends. So every midnight or 3 a.m., I would walk on all fours on the stairs. And I would just go downstairs, walk on all fours, and be weird, hoping that the ghost will say, okay, this kid is weird. I think we can, show ourselves to him. That that's why I told you. That's why I told you I'm low key psychotic. That's why I'm thinking, hey, maybe I'm hallucinating. That's why. That's why now that I grow up, I was like, do I really see ghosts, or am I just weird as a kid?
You know, I hope you can like see my face because it has subtitles. And when you said you're gonna befriend them by walking on fours, what?
And I'm making this weird noise. You can ask my sister. I don't think I can do it now, but like that. I'm making it like I'm walking on all fours, and I was like, running downstairs, hoping that a friendly ghost, would show up and be
No.
like, you know what? I would kill your enemies for you. I would hunt them for you.
Oh my god.
I don't
This is
know.
no thing.
I
This
actually
is more
see
like I'm
silhouettes
gonna
of them.
bother you.
I actually
It's
see,
gonna
see silhouettes of them. Like when I was walking alone, I would see silhouettes. I don't know. Again, it was very dark because there's only, like, few lights on. It was very dark, but I would see silhouette every now and then, and I would like go towards that silhouette, walking on all fours, and making weird sound, and just looking at the corners, hoping I get noticed by them, which is crazy. I realized
do you
I
wanna
went
hear
from a
other
scaredy kid. I think when I lost that thing where, like, I'm afraid to
yeah.
die, ghost is gonna kill me. I think when I lost that thing of ghost is gonna kill me and I'm gonna die, I think my kid brain, or I think teenager brain, I was 13 or 14 at that time. I think 14. My brain goes into befriending them. Like, okay, if I don't know. Before I was afraid of them. It's one of those things. If you can't beat them, join them. Like I wanted to be
Yeah.
friends with a ghost so they could do my bidding.
You know what? Yeah. I have a story.
Okay, okay. Which
This
one?
is like we like graduated from the same school. So this is, I'm not gonna be dropping schools, dropping names, but if you know, you know. You know about the hostel, right?
Yes, I know about hospital.
You heard of, you know, the hostel.
It's actually a clinic. It's just a clinic. Now I realize it's not a hospital. It's just a clinic. But yeah, okay, I know
Yeah,
about that one.
the, no, the hostel, those HM building,
Hmm.
the mini hotel, their mini hotel.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. So I remember, I'm part of the publication of the campus. We
Hmm.
have this team building after ano, we had our oaths. We we're gonna stay at the campus overnight, and so we have to stay at the mini hotel sa campus. There's this one is specific room there. I think the middle one, and it's like super haunted. As in, kahit yung mga guests na nag-stay doon sa school, they would like ask if like, may tao ba dito? May tao dito? May pumasok kasi sa ganito. And when they opened the room, and it's empty. And I remember when we were staying there, like, sobrang dami namin. So, you know, it's packed, it's crowded. Tapos ang pinakabilin sa amin is, if may kumatok at walang kasunod na pangalan, ibig sabihin it's a ghost. Alam mo ba, that night, same night,
Hmm.
na binili na kami nun, someone knocked on that door 3 times. I think 3 times was that they just knocked on the door and walang kasunod na pangalan. So it means someone was like, you know, that's like the ghost knocking. And ang sabi pa is, it's the ghost from the other room. And then after that, after like a while, may kumatok ulit. Pero may kasunod ng pangalan. Tapos, pinenta namin na someone knocked at the door, pero walang kasunod na pangalan. You know,
That's creepy.
it's just so weird. That
Uh,
building is weird. That building is haunted as fuck.
do you ever wonder what would happen if you actually opened it?
Mm, I do, pero I'm like, I'm not risking it.
Are there is there like many of you or is it just you? I think there's many of you, right?
I think, marami kami. Like, it's the, ano, it's so packed.
Then it's gonna be
It's
fun
so
because
hard.
it's like one ghost versus like what, five living people?
That ghost is like brave as hell. It's, ano, lagi siya may, ano, lagi niyang pinapaalam sa mga tao na it's there, you know. And I'm like, nah, not touching that. I'm out.
Oh, it's crazy. Ghosts are crazy. Actually, when I got here, I don't know. I just don't see or feel ghosts when I'm in another country. I don't know how it works.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, when I was in Philippines, there's a lot. I actually am a firmly
Yeah,
believer when I was in Philippines. I don't know. Maybe when I left the Philippines and just don't feel them anymore, I was just like, they ain't real. And
yeah.
but I
I
remember
think it's
when there's also one more story that I was with one of my friend's birthday when I was on BPO. And mind you, this is actually the time where I actually got money and I got to experience stuff that I don't experience before. So we celebrated her birthday onto this beach and we spent a night there. And there's just only like what? Wait, there's one, two, there's three guys, four guys, five, six. There's like six of us, six or seven of us, like that. There's seven of us. Yeah, there's seven of us. There's seven of us who's in that like one location near the beach, and there's no one else there. And then I would see silhouette of a man that is standing like in the porch lights of the welcome sign in the beach. Um, I would see a silhouette of a man every now and then, but I just realized maybe I'm tired and stuff like that. And then this thing happened where I went to the bathroom and I saw someone there, and I thought it was one of my friends, but none of us is wearing white. And I decided to tell them like, is any one of you like fucking with me because I just saw someone like ran past to the bathroom because there's no light. The light is broken, so I have to leave the bathroom door open, and I was pooping. And so I thought someone was
right.
trying to make fun of me by running past or like peeking while I was pooping, which is weird. But I
Oh,
just asked, and they said that no one went there, and then they started saying, okay, I went there also, and this happened because they're all laseng, they're all drunk, and they're puking on that restroom. So they also said the same story, except like all of them came with someone else, like because they were drunk, so they came with someone else, and they all like felt or see something there that's like moving white moving stuff. And one of my friends, when we were on tent, because she didn't drink, I didn't drink, so we were on a tent. She said, I was telling her about this stuff, and she said, do you also see the guy on the like the welcome post? And I was like, what the fuck? Like, yes. I was like, yes, I've been seeing it, but I thought it was just because you would look at it, glance at it, there's like a shadow, and then you blink and it's not there anymore. So I thought, maybe I was my brain is playing tricks on me because there's a lot of people there in the morning. So maybe I'm seeing
Yeah.
silhouettes of them or whatever. But yeah, it was crazy. When I was in Philippines, paranormal stories would
It's
never
always a.
end. I just would never
Do you
end.
think the place is also a factor for like paranormal things to happen? Because I do believe in that, especially heavy places with heavy history. You know,
Yes, yes,
like
I think so. I think
in a
so.
complex, in an apartment complex, there's like 30 rooms, kunwari, no, 30 apartments, and then this one specific room, something gruesome happened in there. So like the rest of the building is like all fine, but like the air in this specific room is just so heavy. So yeah, maybe, just a thought na kapag nasa ibang bansa ka, the places that you go to aren't really heavy, so there's not a lot of spirits lingering there. You know, nothing to be, nothing to attach.
You
Para
know,
sa kanila.
I've also heard with some of my Filipino friends that they also experience like creepy stuff here, but not a lot. Maybe because we're all busy,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like no one
Yeah,
ever sleeps here. So there's like no
yeah,
quiet
that's
moment
also.
in the city. But when I'm here in the island, there's lots of quiet moment here, and so far I have not experienced it here. Although I'm living in a very old house, like really old,
Mm-hmm.
as you can see.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. Well, I do believe that it really is. Depends on the
the
history of the
history.
place.
Because what they
Yeah,
say is that energy can't be destroyed. It's just, recycled, or, so maybe if there's too much history, there's like too much energy there, negative aura or whatever, and it stays in the place. It stays in the place.
yeah. It lingers. It stays there.
It lingers. That's still
I am
crazy to think. What was
just
that?
to add. It's my blinds.
Oh,
It's bright outside. I
okay.
like it.
What were you trying to ask?
Okay, so aside from like I'm also a believer, I'm also partly skeptic because you also need to keep yourself grounded. Here's
Yes.
the thing. I before I always say, oh, that's probably paranormal, that's probably ghost. I would always think of logical things. For example, if I like see something in the corner of my eye, I would either be like, oh, that's just peripheral view. That's just probably pareidolia, or
Yes.
like
Same.
anything,
That is me now.
physics, especially if sa mga bagay-bagay, it's probably just something with to do with physics. Pero like if I cannot like find anything to explain that, I'd go with my trusty reasoning. Oh, that's probably just a ghost now.
I
You know?
think what comforts me the most is knowing that I'm also a ghost in like a meat shell basically right now. So I
Mm,
think that's what comforts me the most when like, dealing with paranormal. It's like I'll be one of you soon. So there's no
yeah.
need to be scared. That's I think that's my mindset as of now. And I'm more scared of the living than the dead, to be honest.
Honestly, you should be scared of the living
And
before
it's
scary.
real. Because the living can piss you off, the living can kill you, the living can do nasty shits to you, but the dead, it will just, give you scare or I don't
Yeah,
know, but still, I think I fear the living most because
you should.
there's unlimited stuff, nasty stuff that living humans could do. Like in the history, have you ever? Of course, there's like a rumors of a ghost doing terrible things, but if you look at it on face value, humans, alive humans, did millions of atrocious shit, written or not written. So I was like, you
Yeah,
know, I was
yeah.
it's crazy. But yeah,
Not just in history. Whatever's happening right now in our world. Like, why am I living in a historical event right now? I'm just 23 and I'm experiencing all of it.
yes,
Diba? It's just weird. Like, you're gonna see on your social media, oh, kids getting bombed here and there. It's just, you know, who made that? Humans, not ghosts.
it is
Evil people
crazy.
are
Yeah,
evil.
this world of full of the just people trying to survive, trying to live, and I guess you could say that the same to the bad guys.
Yeah.
That's also trying to just live their best lives, uh even if it means stepping on others' toes or doing bad stuff. They just want to live their life to the fullest, which is very selfish. I'm very crazy,
It
but
is.
if you think about it, we all want the best for us. But some of us have conscience. Some of us have, I don't know. Some of us are in the right
Yeah,
mind.
that's right.
Okay.
We all live for what's best, but sometimes it's either what's best for you and not, ano, and sometimes it's what's best for everyone. Self-centeredness or selflessness. It's just either those two,
It's
honestly.
just yeah. It's always. I've heard someone that's always one bad day away for a person to break, and I believe that. Um,
Hmm.
Speaking of horror stuff, speaking of paranormal things, I also believed in alien, and no one believed me. And then when they finally confirmed it, no one bats an eye. It's like no one even
Yeah,
cared. When the government
I
confirmed,
agree.
like aliens are real, everyone was like nothing. Like what? I have no idea how no one bats an eye when the government actually announces that there are aliens out there. No one bats an eye. It's like it's never talked to. It's like no one talked about it enough. Why?
Would you believe me if I have like, a story about how an alien, an alien conspiracy scared the shit out of me, and I
Oh,
was like not a kid, a teenager.
what was it?
I don't know if you've ever encountered this, but like during around 2018, people are like on YouTube a lot. I am one of those people. I like staying on YouTube and I like watching conspiracies from Shane Dawson.
Which is I'm assuming he's making conspiracies about aliens.
Yeah, so like I was watching one of his videos. This is I remember specifically what day I watched that video, April 16, and sabi sa video, there's gonna be an alien invasion happening on 18, April 18, 28. Spread the word. May pang ganun.
Mhm.
You know, I was like having a full on mental breakdown, having a panic attack because of it. I
I'm
was like,
sorry.
I can't even move around the house, and my mom was like scolding me and shit because I'm not helping with the chores because I'm like paralyzed because of the fear.
Mhm.
The whole day, April 18, I was like looking at the sky, waiting for like a spaceship, some other ship, you know,
Oh my
because
god!
it's so weird. It's so weird. Please, it's a weird time, and the video is like it felt real. About
It
here
is.
we are, like how many years have passed now? So yeah,
But yeah, I think the government confirmed it, right? I heard the
yeah.
news that they confirmed that there
It
was an extraterrestrial or like life force outside
Yes,
our.
and they're like underwater too.
Really?
Aliens are like staying underwater. Have you seen that?
No, is it the legit news? Because I remember seeing like a legit news about aliens.
Oh yeah, I do remember the legit news. And what ano lang, it's I kinda find it odd na nung kinonfirm nila na aliens are real, they change it to UAPs and not UFO to like ano lessen the yung siguro mass hysteria. Because if you just say na UFOs are real, it might start mass hysteria. They change it to UAPs. So UAPs are real. Ganun, It it's less threatening pakinggan in a
Yeah.
sense.
But really, if aliens wants to, civilize us, let them be, man. I mean, they built the pyramid, helped build the pyramid. At least one of the conspiracy that have read about or saw on the internet, they said they helped building the pyramids, which is I don't know if it's true.
Anything I've read, everything that I've read about the pyramid is just so like, nah, this isn't like, you know, how do I word this? Hindi lang siya basta-bastang binuo. Kasi the coordinates, the blocks, everything about the pyramid, you can like connect it with something. For example, the placements of the pyramids lines up with three stars in the sky. Tapos yung diameter ng pyramid is like, if I remember it correctly, like the distance of Earth sa Sun. Am I right?
Really?
Ayun yun, but yeah, I think. You know what? Let me check. Let me check. Pyramid
I've also heard about the pyramid design being so
diameter,
intricate that it's impossible that human on that age, or that age of time, actually built it.
diba? Like, it's, or like,
They get
ano,
help.
maybe it's real
Actually,
na,
what I've read is that they get help.
that's right. I do believe they got help. I'm asking ChatGPT right now about the
We
pyramids.
just talked about it. AI.
I love it. It's easier to ask. It's easier to ask ChatGPT. Okay,
Oh my god, my
tell me
chat
about.
GPT adapted my attitude. And let's just say I don't like it sometimes.
Mayo, me too. Pero it's nice. It's the
Bro,
nice
he
attitude
adapted my
one.
sarcasm, he adapted how I talk and everything. I didn't even tell him to talk like that or answer like that. It just happened that he did. I don't know why. Maybe I asked something that has a trigger word that maybe he thinks that, okay, I'm gonna talk like this way. Because I
I
would ask
did
him like,
tell you.
yeah,
I did tell you na. Yeah, it's using you to study. It's
because
using
I
you to
asked
study
him.
you.
Every time I ask him, I would be like, bro, what is this? What is that? And he's replying like, yeah, bro, that's lit. That's like, he's using slangs. And I didn't even ask him to use slangs.
Right? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so sabi ni ChatGPT, you're likely referring to one of the popular theories about the Great Pyramid of Giza, specifically the idea that some of its dimensions correlate with astronomical or Earth-related measurements, like the Earth's distance from the Sun. Let's unpack this. Oh, let's unpack this. Some researchers and theorists claim that the height of the pyramid multiplied by a certain factor corresponds to the distance from Earth to the Sun. See, I'm right. The
Oh,
height of the pyramid and the base perimeter might correspond to Earth's equatorial circumference. These connections are usually made up using the pyramid inch or by interpreting measurements in cubits or meters. Yeah.
that is crazy. Also, sorry, I'm eating. I'm literally so hungry right now.
And I like how they say na they usually dismiss it as coincidence.
They do. I mean, if you're hiding something, I just gonna say it's coincidence. But I think not. How about
right?
how
There's no
about
such thing
mythical
as
creatures?
mythical
What
creatures.
are, what are your stands about mythical creatures? Like, do you believe
Well,
them, or do you think, nah?
you want me to say something about it? Because I want to say when about talking about mythical creatures, Philippine mythical creatures are underrated.
Really? I think they're not real.
And I mean they're underrated.
Why?
They need parang I feel like they need more they need to be known more. Just like how some
There's a lot of mythical creatures or supernatural
well
creatures. Depends
locally
on the country.
locally pero may mga mythical creatures like from other countries that are so well known. For example, sa La Llorona. Well, I mean, marami siyang counterpart around the world, which is weird.
It is
Different
weird
cultures
that
have it.
I just noticed this one. Most of the stuff that is getting thrown around actually correlates to it actually, what do you call this? They're actually connecting, or they're kind of similar to what the other nations are saying, or like what the other
It
people are
is.
saying, which is crazy because if it's not real, then why there's so much resemblance?
Diba? Like, why does this have another counterpart in other cultures? And which it makes it weird, lalo if there's like multiple cultures having the same thing. What is another one? Imanananga, I think it's part of the vampire family.
Yes, yes. Only less effective because first of all, why do you want to split yourself in half if you can just fly with your whole body? I said that it doesn't make them more faster, but I don't know. What is
Diba?
the
Like,
point of that? Like, what is the pros and cons? Or do they get stronger if their half body has been cut off? Oh, I think it's because you
diba?
cannot kill them until you kill the lower part.
The other half, like, is that like the only purpose of the other half for you to kill it?
I think it is because I think
A
you're
flaw
leaving
in the
yourself
design.
defenseless. Or maybe if the other half is well hidden and you try to kill the top half, I think it would just regenerate and would not die. So maybe it's a clever way to survive because they're literally hiding half of their body. But I think they can't go away from it too far because if the sunrise uh
The sun is up, they're
the sun is
toast.
up and they're still not attached from their lower half, they would die.
It is, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so
They
I
would
don't
just
know.
poof.
But it's definitely unique. It's definitely unique.
That's what I've been saying. Philippine mythical creatures are like really unique. They need more kumbaga, not just from the locals, but like
Recognition.
yeah, from other countries then. Because if we can like recognize their mythical creatures as well, most notably centaurs, why can't they like recognize
No, it's just
balance?
that the mythical creatures from other countries more sensationalized, centralized.
Sensationalize, yeah.
Yes, because first of all, they're gonna make a movie out of it, and their movie is really good. Like when is the last time Philippines produced a movie for a mythical creature in the Philippines that actually is 10 out of 10 of cinematography story? It's just because they put up the Hollywood especially or the USA put up a lot of good, let's say, well budgeted movie with good story and CGI that it gets recognized all over the world. But I think
Yeah.
if Filipino people could make a movie about our a good movie about our mythical creature, I think it would also pop because there's also in Japan's the woman
Yeah,
with long
Japan.
neck. If you put it
Yeah.
out there with a good story, with a good visual, and people buy it, it's gonna be well known. So I think we just don't have the right media to promote our, our creatures of the night. You can call them that.
Yeah. You know what? Hell yeah. I agree.
Yeah,
Totally
but
agree.
I don't know why I see a lot of good indie Filipino movies, but I don't know why the big
Indeed. I
companies
will
refuse to, give budgets to these
make a
movies.
math out of it. Ganito. Here's what I've been thinking about it. Usually, it's more on a, it's more on the producer side. You know, the executives, the one who gives green light to the
Oh.
projects. They usually stick with the mainstream because that's what gives them budget. You know
Yeah, but
why
people
love teams
doesn't
are?
want mainstream anymore. They don't want repetitive storyline about a girl and a guy, and then a guy will cheat, and then the girl will forgive him, or the girl is from rags to riches. She will, meet a very, noble, rich guy, and they would fall in love. It's very repetitive. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. I do get your sentiments on that because that's that gives them money, pero they don't understand that they have to let go of that story plot because it's getting too old. Then I get that some people really like that, but like, how would you explore your um creativity, and how would you like parang market yung entertainment industry ng Philippines if in the first place you're too afraid to market something unique sa media mo kasi it's not something the mainstream likes.
You know, one thing that I watch that I have not watched a lot of Filipino movies, especially on romantic
Honestly,
romantic
same.
side.
I avoid it.
Sorry, you were saying?
I'm avoiding it. And I do not watch anything mainstream here. So I agree on that take.
But for
Anything
me,
mainstream here is bad.
there's a long time. There's a time where, like, my best friend's girl, or like whatever, that's the gifted. There's kind of good. There's like few gems there that is very good. But there's one movie that literally stood out because I felt like I was a kid when the last uh I felt like I was a kid when the last movie that made such turn, or like not in norm, that I have seen is Kita Kita. It was
Oh yeah.
very good. Have you
I
watched
think
it?
yes, and I think the company that made that is very well known in the indie side, pero they kind of like getting on the mainstream for a bit. Yeah,
I
borderline
like it.
indie and mainstream siya.
I like it. So
So
first
no
of all,
wonder ang ganda ng atake.
First of all, there's no love team. Usually, if it's Daniel Padilla and Catherine Bernardo, especially when they didn't broke up yet, you know that if they weren't together, it's gonna be a happy ending one way or another. Either in a sequel, prequel,
Yeah,
or the end of the movie, it's gonna be a happy ending because they want to do fan service. So it takes off that thing, like, oh, because they're gonna figure it out because that's what the fans want. So the fact that
yeah,
they didn't pair a known love team as one, I commend that one because I actually don't know if Alexandra will end up with Empoy. I don't know. Maybe it will be a sad story. Maybe Alexandra will find a leading man who's very popular, or like a new love team. It creates this wider field of Alessandra's high chance to pick another person. Unlike if Danielle Padilla is there and Catherine is there and there's another guy, there's a high chance that she would still choose Danielle Padilla. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I like that it keeps you on your toes. Like, is are they gonna end up together or not? Second of all, they destroyed this idea of a pretty girl and a pretty guy, or like a ugly girl and a pretty handsome guy. It's like flipped. Now it's the girl who's very pretty and the guy, let's just say, not what you know what people would think of when it comes to, romantic partner. I like that. It's a switch up to, the girl being ugly and the guy is being so handsome, and she has to pick which handsome guy she would marry or fuck, something like that. So I,
Yeah.
I I like it also. Third of all, I really like the story, man. It's not the norm. Like, oh, I would fall for you because you're just kind. I don't know. Alessandra kind of fall for Empoy for being kind, but the way they delivered it, it's so different than the others, or at least as I think. And the plot, how it tied up that Empoy was this, run down man because he was in a very bottom low, and Alessandra was helping her, and Alessandra become mad at the world because of what happened to her. It gives justice. It's just not like, I am the pretty girl, and mabait ako, and that's it. Wala akong character development hanggang dulo. I would stay
Yeah.
pretty. I would choose to forgive. I would choose to hear. This one, you see Alessandra from being the girl who hates the world, the girl she was before, and how she chose to go back to being her, to being, to being lovely, to being not very pessimistic. It's really
Yeah.
good. I like it.
You know why? You know why it hits? Here's the thing. First of all, they use artists. They use actors who can act. They use actors who knows how to deliver a story just like that. They know how to hit it right in the spot. And with a story, with a story unique like that, you don't need a love team for it. Who cannot, where their partner cannot act. In a love team, there's like another one who's great, and then there's
Mhm.
another one who cannot act. Okay, so here's where some mainstream story goes down. It's usually how the actors isn't really their characters. They're just the actor. They just kunwari ganito.
Most of the time
Catherine
they're eye
is playing
candy.
ganito. Catherine is playing a girl named let's say um Rochelle, and then Danielle is playing a character named Toby. Pero you see Catherine as Rochelle, but you see Danielle as Danielle, but not as
Danielle, yes.
Toby.
You don't
Yes,
see them as their character. You would say,
you
you
see
wouldn't
them as
praise
they
the
are.
character, you would praise the actor. Oh my God, ang pogi talaga ni Danielle sa movie yon. Oh my God, Catherine is so
Uh,
pretty in that movie. Oh my God, she did
they're
a
like
great job on that movie. Otherwise, when you see a new face, you would remember that character. Oh my
that
God, I
character.
really feel with this guy. Oh my God, I feel like I'm Alex. Oh my God, Alex is so good. Even though it's not the actor that you're praising, it's the character, and that's how you know the actor is good. When you praise the character, when you connect with the character deeply, and you don't see the actor, you see the character, because at the end of the
I,
day,
yeah,
that's what they're paid to do, is to portray the character, not to portray themselves. So if for me, a big compliment is if a character is known not because of the actor, but because of how good you act, that the
yeah,
character just slaps. Okay, it's like
it is.
Joker. Okay, Joker didn't get no. When you see Joker, you don't say, "Oh, it was this people like, oh, Joaquin Phoenix is so
Wait,
good."
who's
You
your
see his
favorite Joker
character.
actor?
Yes,
Who's your favorite Joker actor among all of them?
I'm just gonna say this. I love Ledger. I love him, and he's been my favorite ever since. But ever since Joaquin Phoenix did the Joker, I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm Joaquin Phoenix just did so much justice to the character Joker. They're not the same, obviously, because Joaquin Phoenix has given more platform to portray Joker,
Yeah,
whilst Heath Ledger is playing it as, because Joaquin Ledger is starring as a Joker on an action movie, while Joaquin Phoenix is starring on it on a slow psychological thriller movie. So
yeah,
Joaquin Phoenix had more time, but goddamn, Heath Ledger's Joker is an icon, but Joaquin Phoenix
Yes, it
Joker
is.
is just on another level, man. Have you seen that
Yes,
interview scene?
yes, yes.
Have
I
you
watched
seen
it.
how you? I felt it because I felt how Joker felt like mad and angry at the same time. But I, hello po. Yes. Yeah, I liked it because you can feel the emotions shifting in just like seconds. So yeah, I give credit for Joaquin Phoenix for portraying that
You
role
know,
so well.
I love actors when they like shift from one emotion to another in just 1 second. You
Yes,
know, they're great when they can do that.
yes, and in
Like a whole
Philippines,
shift.
the basis of being a great actor, I don't know if it's still applicable, but there's a time in the Philippines that you're a great actor if you can cry. And that's like the main thing, if you can cry or not. But I just
Still
hate that
is.
idea. Because sometimes you don't
Still is.
need to cry. Not everyone cries when they're sad. Not everyone cries when they're devastated. Right? Like in for example, this scene of Joker, he portrays so many scenes where he's in great despair or he's very sad, but he didn't cry. But you can still feel that he's devastated. You know, it's not your job
Yeah.
to cry. It's your job to make people feel what the character is feeling. And if you can do that, even if you're not crying, then there's no need for you to cry because not a lot of people cry. I don't cry some most of the times, okay? My people died that I didn't cry, but I also cry. You know, it's different in every scenario. So just because I
Yeah.
cry in this sad moment doesn't mean I need to cry on that moment. But I think in Philippines it's like you need to cry every time you're sad. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
parang
And it
ang basehan nila with acting is how fast you can cry and how much you can
yeah.
cry.
And sometimes it contradicts the character. Sometimes they will introduce this character who had like mommy and daddy issues, who's like so tough, and he would cry in a blink of an eye. Most people with that so much callousness, with that much, trauma in their life, usually most of them can't even cry even in the, saddest circumstances. I'm not saying it's
Yeah.
healthy. I'm saying that their character went through all of that psychological, in their the backstory of their character, it makes sense that they have this psychological reaction to avoid crying or to not cry during these sad moments because they would say, oh, his dad is beating him up and he came from a poor family, and this they're building up this story of like how this character is fucked up by society. But he could just, he could be the most badass character and cry in, like, if she lost a girl or something. There's no other emotion, there's no anger. Sometimes if you're angry you don't need to cry. Like if your girl dies, you just can't be angry. You don't need to cry. It just ruins some character for me, where they would cry
Yeah.
instantly because of they feel sad. They would cry. Whereas I think they shouldn't be crying. I think they should portray
They
their
shouldn't
character's
be
trauma.
they shouldn't be crying in front of people too. That's the last thing you do, cry in front
Mhm.
of people. Oh,
I don't know, man. But yeah, maybe that's the reason the Philippines does not have I wouldn't say good producers or good actors or good, because there's a lot of talented people in Philippines. Maybe producers, they don't have great producers who's willing to take risk, who's willing to do something innovative. They we just
yeah, I
don't
have
have that.
chika about producers there.
Yeah.
Here, I mean, because I have this friend, tapos,
Mhm.
uh, she is friends with people who are in this industry. There's like a show going on. I will not be naming things. There's like a show going on. People, especially the fans, are pushing for something to happen. Para naman like something fresh for the audience, not like the usual. Pero the producer is the only one who is not agreeing. Siya lang talaga. Like
That's
everyone, even
crazy.
the actors are like pushing for it to happen. Pero the producer just said no kasi first of all, in this traditional setting, of course, traditional mindset still rules them. And if they see something fresh, like some LGBT characters, they'll be like, no, no, no. Mga tao, they won't like it. You know, they're gonna push their homophobic ideologies
Bro, it's
on the show.
2025. Halos lahat ng kakilala ko sa Pilipinas bakla na.
'Di ba? Ayun na nga. At ang nakakatawa, majority ng audience nila is like part of the LGBT community. So why are you not pushing something simple just because of the traditional ideology that you have?
I don't know, but I think that's
It's
not
ruining the
great for business.
story.
It's
Yeah.
ruining the story and it's not great for business as well because, target market is target market.
Yeah.
You know what I
Ang
mean?
wrong lang kasi ang akala niyang target market niya is the usual people na minamarketan nila,
2025
but wrong.
mindset of people are changing. It does. I see it.
'Di ba? They finally got a different target market to try new things. And then they're like sticking to the usual ones. The one who's like brain dead.
They're,
Na
they're
walang
stuck.
media
They're
literacy.
stuck in the past. And to be honest, most people are it's liberated now. Most of the target audience they have access to international movies. They have access to international medias. So they are like they're not as naive as they were before when it's 2005 and everyone's homophobic and it's not good to do this because there's not a lot of target audience. It's 2025. Most people, especially in the Philippines, are now either bisexual or gay or questioning. So, why not capitalize?
'Di ba? Why not like branch out from your usual audience to like maybe explore something. This is why in the industry in the Philippines is like mas buhay ang art compared to
Yeah.
the mainstream with the trashy ass stories.
I
I love
know
indie.
they just have really, really, good budget, but the story sucks. It's it
It
sticks with
is.
the norms. There's nothing. Maybe there's something new, but in the grander scheme of things, it's just the same as the other. There's
You
not
know,
much into it.
and I hate that they the thing here in the Philippines, they do typecasting. They typecast actor kasi sikat siya. So they put that actor in that project. Even if that actor cannot act, basta sikat siya, is an A-lister. Like, oh my god, this is
And
what
I hate it
this
that Philippines
oh,
usually give more chance to actor with an eye candy. Like
diba?
I have seen actors
And they
who's
cannot
not
act.
that, typical what would people as, consider as beautiful or handsome, and they act so great. And they were denied of this opportunity because they're not, your usual pretty white-skinned or full of abs or fit girl or guy. Well, as in other countries, have you seen Blackjack? Have you seen these people who doesn't have abs, is not that very gorgeous, but they're good at acting and they're given the chance to shine. Not as a supporting
I'm
character.
going but it's amazing character. Here's the thing. It's like one of my favorite series. I'll say Black Mirror. They
Same.
use
You watch
actors.
season 7?
They use actors na hindi sikat sa US, but like sikat sa local countries nila. But sikat sila because they're great with what they're doing. Hindi dahil maitsura sila, you know.
And I think
They make
yes, they
the
make
characters they make their characters feel more alive. They transform into that character.
and it doesn't
Hindi their characters yan.
And it's just not like that. If you hire a character who's not perfect, who's not handsome, it makes them feel more like human. It makes them feel more
Diba?
like a normal person that you would walk out of the house and see, and hey, that's my neighbor. Hey, that could be someone. Because, if they have this perfect look and they're playing what? They're playing a poor person and they have their teeth is not yellow, their teeth is not, not uh see, in movies, I have seen actor wearing fake teeth, so their teeth will not be aligned, or their teeth would be more yellow, and it makes it more realistic. Because
Oh my god.
I have seen people who would say, "Okay, laki ako sa hirap. I was born in a bad place, but
Oh my
I have
god.
white skin, I have perfect teeth, I have, like, make it make sense."
I
So,
remember something. I remember something.
yes, yeah, what is
Philippine
it?
industry, they're gonna use a very pretty moputem or tisay actress. Tapos yung role niya is someone poor, and you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna tan her
And they're gonna put
to make her
uling.
look poor.
They're gonna put,
Ayun!
they're gonna put
Diba?
coal on her face. Like, what the fuck?
They're gonna tan her just to fit the mahirap narrative samantalang yung
Mhm.
rich counterpart niya is like white mestiza. Like, are you trying to say something about our social, about the society right now?
Yeah, and doesn't it
About
if they hire
social
someone
work?
who's a bit more chubby and not that sexy, who's like maybe teeth are not that great or has like these little imperfections that makes them perfect, they would look more like a regular person. The thing is, you're trying
Diba?
to make someone to play a regular person and making them trying hard to make them look like a regular person, that it just fail.
Diba?
Why not hire someone who looks like a
Who look
regular
like that?
person, yes, and has a great acting skill? Right.
Diba? Someone who fits the character description and not make the actor look like that. Oh my god.
Oh my god, they would say, okay, he's mahirap, and I get it. Some of the poor people have abs, some of the people have muscles, but not all the poor people looks like that. And they're gonna what? They're gonna make 2 to 3 men act like they're working as a or cargador or as a construction worker and have them chiseled abs. Like, make it make
Diba?
sense. How many people, how many contract what do you call this, carpentero, how many, there's a proper term for them, yung nagagawa ng bahay.
Construction workers?
How many construction workers have you seen that is ripped? And I'm not talking about partially ripped, like ripped chiseled abs and big muscles. I get it, maybe
Like
they,
they go to gym, kinda, you know.
I know, like, it's
Yeah.
not realistic. Maybe they have abs, but there's a routine for them to have that body, and it's not, how do you say it? It's not realistic for people who has who has no time for workouts, who has no time to do this, to have that much muscle. And one thing is they're poor and they're
Right.
always busy and they're always working. Like, where did you have time to do 100 push-up? Where did you find time to do this? I thought you were working 3 jobs a day. It doesn't make sense, man. Doesn't make sense.
Here's the thing. They always like try to push actors who do not look the part to look that character. You know,
Just
it's
because they
just
have a
quite
big fan base and they're
annoying.
handsome.
Ayun, parang they just do entertainment lang for like crash ano yung cash grab. Like what we're like in honesty, Philippine industry is entertainment industry is just a whole ass cash grab. Let's make another example. Some music. Beanie. Sorry Beanie fans, but like I like their music. I like I like how they started small. Pero once like they got that certain kind of popularity close to K-pop, their company, their management, they started treating them like cash cows.
Have you seen
Bakit
that bag
mas maraming concert kesa sa album and music na nailabas?
and the bag, the
And
controversial tote bag? Have you seen it?
yeah, di ba? Not to mention the merches na mas mahal kesa sa K-pop. I can literally buy um tatlong photocard dun sa presyo ng photocard nila na isa lang, if I
And
remember it correctly.
I'm all about supporting the locals, but the quality, man,
Me
at least
too.
make it quality. Have you seen the tote bag? It's like there's no thoughts put into it. It's like, okay, let's put it out there. People is gonna buy it because they're mainstream now. They didn't even make it worth the price at least. That's crazy.
Di ba? Like, literal na parang cash grab lang and their merch is like hoodies and t-shirt. Mas mahal pa yun kesa sa isang K-pop album. You can like buy 2 to 3 K-pop albums with their, with one t-shirt. nila kind of thing. That, halatang cash grab. And their fans, even the artist is like defending the management. But like, open your eyes. We're just saying the truth.
Yeah. For me, the
Mas
price is
reasonable ang
okay.
pricing
It's
ng
just the quality.
K-pop kaysa sa P-pop. No, the price is really terrible. I swear. Like, I'm also enjoying K-pop and I buy K-pop merches and albums. The contrast with the the K-pop things and yung mga nilalabas nila, like price and quality wise. Alam ba yung merch ng K-pop? It's really good. Ang ganda ng quality with a very reasonable price.
Okay. Well,
Tapos, sa pagdating naman dito, sobrang overpriced na nga and the quality na darating sa'yo, mas maganda pa yung gawa ng mga fan-made. You know?
to be
It's
honest,
just,
not to defend Bini, but I think in K-pop, their production team or maybe the producers have more budget to produce that one than the locals. But as I said before, if you cannot lower the price, please make the quality good. And if you cannot make a good quality because of the lack of funds, then at least make the price good. You know what I mean?
there's this, I get that. I get their sentiment din. Compared sa K-pop, mas may, talaga sila, may resources
Pero,
to
but
do all that.
to give up both
Yeah.
quality and price is crazy. At least if they're gonna, if they don't have the capability to produce a quality product, then lessen the price. And if they don't want to lessen the price because they want to earn to, be bigger, at least increase the quality or make it worth it. Like I see
Oh yeah,
something,
yeah.
this is worth 100 pesos. This is worth a 200 pesos. Because I've seen people, spend thousands of pesos or tens thousands of pesos for a bag. But if the bag is quality, it's okay. What is not good
Yeah.
is that the bag is not quality and it's also pricey. Okay? If you
Yeah.
spend if you spend little money for a bag that looks terrible, it's okay. If you spend money for a big money for a bag that is quality, it is also okay. What is not okay is if you're spending big money for a terrible bag, or
Yeah.
if you have a terrible bag and you're selling it with big money. It's just the same.
Yeah.
Doesn't make
Ayun
sense.
yung pinupunto ko kanina kasi it's just not the bag that's actually terrible. Alam mo ba kuya, they kinda like called out those mga fan-made t-shirts. Some, di ba, very talamak din sa Philippines yung parang t-shirt industry. Like,
Mm.
they make their own fan-made merches. They kinda called out that na, bakit mas maraming bumibili nung mga fan-made merch t-shirts kaysa sa official. But here's the thing, ang ganda ng mga quality ng mga fan-made merches. As in, pati yung mga t-shirts makakapal. Pero, yung sa official merches nila, manipis na nga yung t-shirt. Pangit pa yung print. So,
That's not great. How could you expect someone to
di
buy a
ba?
shitty product with a high price? No one would buy that. Common sense.
Di ba? Di ba? Yun. At ito pa, ang mali lang kasi dun is they called out those people. Kasi yung mga tao na yun, afford lang nila yung mga fan-made, hindi yung official.
Yes.
Let's say yung mga t-shirt na yun, ang ano lang nun, ang pricing lang nun, 200 to 500 max. Tapos yung t-shirt na binebenta nila, umaabot ng 800 to 1K for just one t-shirt. Eh doon ka na lang sa 200, 'di ba? Tapos ang ganda pa ng quality. Compared dun sa official merch na manipis na nga, gumastos ka pa ng pagkalaki-laki. Kaya grabe yung nila, nung kinall out nila yung mga fans na bumibili ng unofficial merch. That's just off for me.
Kaya nga parang hindi na sila sikat ngayon eh, di ba?
Oo, kasi yung aside sa management, yung not to mention their very controversial take, yung mga fans na nagko-call out about their management, sinasagot nila in a very off way.
Why would you fight
Ay,
with your target market? That's not
'di ba? Ayun na nga. And I'm so sorry if you're like those fans defending them. I'm just saying the truth.
podcast. We're just trying to speak our minds. We're not trying to, belittle anyone. It's just, our
The
opinion
truth.
out there. And,
This is this is coming from a fan who used to be a fan. I mean,
yeah, I
who
mean,
gave it up because of what I've been seeing sa treatment. Then it's just really off.
oh God, tell me you have ADHD without telling me you have ADHD. We just went from a horror podcast to political to whatever this is. I think it's kind of scary how
Entertainment.
it's still scary. It's so scary how, people
This
would.
is well, we can still count this as it's scary kasi this is like the scary thing that is happening around us.
Yeah, it's scary that people would, they would ruin their entire franchise just out of greed. Like they could have been so much
Yeah.
more out of Beanie if they have played their cards right, but no.
Or like scary kasi the Philippine entertainment industry doesn't accept um people who have very creative outlooks like yung pagdating sa mga projects. That's
Yeah.
scary.
Hell scary. I mean, it's the scary because that's their bread and butter. Like they're selling arts and creativity, yet they won't accept arts and creativity. This which is crazy.
Yeah.
Why? And they always does.
Scary.
Maybe
Yeah.
they're doing this like stick or if it's not broken, don't fix it. But that does not work mostly when it comes to entertainment. On entertainment, it got
Yeah.
stale. It gets stale. So if you don't fix it one way or another, it's already broken.
Mm-hmm.
Same with I don't know, I'm just maybe a big wrestling fan, but I like how they're managing wrestling community because right now in
Yeah.
WWE they're opening the doors for indie wrestlers like TNA and
Hey, oh,
other
that's
stuff,
cool. I
and
love
it's
that.
good. It's good actually. I stopped watching wrestling for a while, and it got me to watch again because the new person who take
Same.
over the creative is really innovative. Okay, he's giving more time to women. He's making fresh ideas, new ideas, exciting
I
ideas,
think
and
si Triple
Panther.
H yata tapos si Stephanie
Steph.
yung may handle ng creative
Yes, they
ng
took over from
WWE ngayon.
Vince. They took over from Vince, which I really like
Thank
because
God.
Vince was so I don't know how I said this. He's so traditional. He wouldn't.
Yeah,
He's
it
so
mm-mm.
traditional, and I think Triple H is innovative in a way that
Yeah.
CM Punk, after what he did, he would have never stepped foot on the WWE if it wasn't for Triple H. Because CM Punk is
Yeah.
like he resigned with a style. Have you seen how he went off script and said that the company would be better if Vince McMahon died? Like he literally tell the CEO to go die, to go fuck off and die, and it would be
The
better
only man with the
without me.
backbone.
I know. That's why I love CM Punk. He's
I
in
love him.
wrestling terms, in wrestling, in his character, his mic work. I love him. Okay, and I'm not gonna judge him based on his character on the WWE, but based on that, I mean, but for his performance, really top tier, one of the top tier, and
So true.
also, I like how they're bringing more matches to women, and they're giving chances to indie wrestlers to go in the
That's right.
WWE. Because before it's just you have to be homegrown, otherwise you won't be that successful. Like you need to train in the
Mhm.
WWE and grow in the WWE. But I think Triple H is taking someone who has experience on another company and bringing it to the WWE as a big star, which is I think very
I
great.
love that. I love that. I love how they're handling it. Also, um, I wait. I kind of. Oh my God, why did I forget? What am I gonna say? Um, before, yeah, with the divas, I remember nung bata ako when I started getting into WWE because my dad is a fan and he got me to get hooked din sa WWE. I remember ang title lang dati sa mga women's wrestlers is divas. I
Yeah.
remember it, divas. Yun lang. Tapos they get really little screen time,
I
little
know.
time.
And
Tapos
mostly they're being shown as eye candy.
totoo. Tapos like after a while, bumalik ako sa WWE because of women's wrestling din. Mga time nung Four Horsewomen, si Becky,
Yes,
Charlotte,
yes.
Sasha, and si Bailey. Bumalik ako nung time nila. Kasi nung time na yun, dalawa na ata yung title. SmackDown Champion for Women and
Yes.
Raw Women. Tapos ngayon, there's another one. I forgot. Kakabalik ko lang ulit eh.
Oh no,
Yung
they
title ni...
actually made they removed the SmackDown and Raw. They made the
Pinag-isa na?
WWE. No, they created the new ones. So they make WWE Women's Champion. So there's no Raw,
Mm-hmm.
there's SmackDown. You're just the WWE Women's
Yeah.
Champion. And there's also the other
Okay.
one. It's the WWE. It's the World Heavyweight Champion for women.
For women. Yeah, I remember dati sa lalaki lang yun eh.
Yes, the
Parang mas
World
maraming
Heavyweight
titles dati
Champion.
sa lalaki.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
they give it to the women, and also in NXT they have NXT Women's title, and they have NXT North American Women's Championship, and also they have
Cool.
Women's Tag Team Championship. So
Ew, that's
basically
cool. Love
there's
that.
six championship now for women. Six championship
That's
for
cool.
women.
So cool.
I and there's not even about the championship. No, there's not six. There's eight. There's women's
There.
intercontinental champion, and
Oh,
there's
yeah, yeah.
women's United States champion. There's eight now.
Oh, buti
Even if you
naman.
don't have the title, you still get the storyline. Have you seen Naomi and Jade's storyline? Very
Not
good.
yet.
Oh, it's very
Love
good.
that.
It's very good. You should watch
I
it.
should really get that. Hyperfixate. I should hyperfixate on it.
I
Mm-hmm.
loved it. I also stopped, and then I recently came back because I like how the matches are being booked, the promos, and the in-ring skills are just it's amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
I remember yung very match that got me back nung 2018. It was the first ever Royal Rumble sa women's category.
Oh,
Diba?
yeah. And
Yeah,
Asuka
and
won
I
that one.
remember Asuka was the first champion.
I love Asuka
Mm-hmm.
so much. Her striking ability. What she's for me, okay, this is just my own opinion, the best women's
Yep.
wrestler there is. Yes.
Agree.
Oh, followed by
Yep.
Charlotte, by the way. A lot of people give Charlotte crap, but during Charlotte's prime, she's really doing great.
She's good. Ang ganda ng figure
Yeah.
8 niya. I love her figure 8.
I love the figure eight. I love, a lot of people gives her crap because of nepotism and stuff, but I think she deserves it. The way she
She
talks on the
deserves
mic,
it.
the way she carries herself around the ring, it's great. It's just like sometimes it's bombing if the other woman is also deserving, but she gets the spotlight. So I think that's why the fans turned on her. But yeah, she's
Yeah.
really great. Anyway, speaking
Also,
of
hot take.
yes, hot take.
Hot take. I prefer Charlotte over Becky nung prime nila. Is that a
Oh,
hot
their
take? I
prime.
think people really like Becky Lynch nung time na yun eh. Mm-hmm.
During the first run of the man, I really liked Becky more, but I felt like she got slappy in the ring. So
Oh yeah.
there's a time where like I was more of a Becky fan, and there's a time where like okay, Charlotte is better because I don't know when was it, but Becky lost her prime uh
Totoo.
during her feud with Charlotte. I remember
Oh,
on when they plan this evolution, I can see that Becky is more she messes up in the ring a lot. She's more sloppy in the ring. And
mm,
after their feud, her mic skill is just not there anymore. And it's not the same for me. But I also like Becky. But yeah, for me
okay.
Charlotte is better.
Um, anong gusto mong i-add sa women's? I feel like parang I don't know. I haven't been in WWE lately. Pero parang maganda if meron ding heel turn sa kanila and then the face.
Mhm. Yes,
A
I
heel
yes,
turn for women and then like face for them.
there's actually every
There is
wrestling everyone has
talaga.
it. If you're wrestling, yes.
Um,
Basically, face is a good guy and heel is a bad guy. So if you have a
oh
story,
yeah.
if you're wrestling, you already automatically either a heel or face. They have that way before, even with Mickey James. Like there's always a story. They're just saying heel and face is basically WWE or like wrestling term for good guy and bad guy. So if you're the
Okay, so
face,
bakit
wait, what?
mas mas maano yun, parang pagdating sa men's wrestling, mas maano yung heel and face nila compared sa women's. Or I just don't really get into it. But I do want to, ano, dive into it, you know.
There is, I mean, Alexa Bliss is a great heel. She's a great heel. Like when you see her face on the TV, you
Yeah.
would be just like, "Fuck her, she's a bitch." But that's how you know she's good as a heel.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, John Cena is a heel now, which is great, and Randy Orton's face, which is crazy because before Randy Orton is the ultimate heel, and John
Always
Cena
a
is the
heel.
ultimate
Yeah.
face. Yeah,
Yeah.
after so many years, John Cena finally turned to be a
Yeah.
bad guy.
Turns heel.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
heel turn. Yes. Eh,
Hold on.
Naomi has a very big heel turn, my guy. It
Oh,
was yeah. So spoiler: Jade, Naomi, and uh, Ko- uh Bianca Belair. They're the big three because they're like the biggest. How do you say this? They call themselves their big three because they're really great, and they're all faces.
damn.
And then Naomi turned heel on Jade, and now she's a heel. But her heel turn is very good. She even cried because she said that she
Really?
felt like Jade is taking her place at Bianca's side. Because like what do you mean? We've been friends from way before, and Jade just come
Okay.
recently, and you become tag team partners with her, and now you're placing me with her. So she literally heel turn. And she also, it was unexpected. It was very good the way she delivered the promo. She was literally crying. And when Jade was doing her finisher on her, she's literally shouting Bianca's name, like "Help me!" But Bianca didn't help her because she attacked Jade first, and Jade deserves to uh revenge, I guess. But it's
Uh huh.
crazy. It's
Okay.
crazy.
Okay. So, can you tell if this is a heel turn or just a crash out or just a makeover? Remember Bailey? She started like the ano, very happy and
Yes,
very colorful.
the hugger persona.
Tapos bigla siyang nag-lash out sa ring. Tapos cut
That's
her
called the
hair.
heel turn. That's when you know she's a bad guy now.
Oh, so that's a heel turn.
Yes. A
Only
face
sa
turn
nakala ko.
is a moment where the bad guy becomes good. Like she helps someone or she's starting to become good. That's called a face turn. A heel turn is when a good guy does something irritating, does something that resembles a bad guy like Bailey. Like she started to cheat and she destroyed her Bailey bodies. That's called a heel
I
turn.
feel like one of my favorite heel turn, Bailey.
Bro, because of
Didn't
that
know
heel
that.
turn, he because of that heel turn, she actually held the championship SmackDown Women's Championship longer than anyone. Because of that heel
Oh
turn,
yeah.
it gives her more
Yes.
character.
Totoo.
Because
She got like very brutal
her
after that.
underdog persona is becoming so stale. Oh, fun fact: she actually hated being that persona. She actually hated hugging people.
Yeah, I
She
agree.
said in an
I
interview that
think I saw that.
She said in an interview that sometimes people assume that they want to hug her and would offer a hug, and they're really stinky and they're really sweaty, but since it's her character, she have no choice but to hug them.
Wow. I
It's
agree. I
crazy.
agree.
She said she's not a hugger in real life, and she said she hates that character in an interview.
Um, I feel like her heel turn probably feels like losing all of those. Parang, wow.
Yeah,
releasing all those. Yeah,
it
love
was
that for her.
crazy. But for me, Bailey is the weakest link out of the four horsewomen. I liked her the least. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god. You know what? Third ko siya. Well, tayo sila ni Sasha.
Shasha, I like.
Sasha's, Sasha's really strong though. Ginawa effort
She's
siya
good
for.
in the ring. Really. For me, it's
Yeah.
Charlotte, Shasha, Becky, and Bailey. That's how they go. But none of them can touch Charlotte for me. Charlotte is
Yeah,
really on another
no,
level.
Charlotte's just good. Charlotte's
But
just good.
outside of the four horsewomen, Asuka, really Asuka, the way she in promo wise, she's not very good at promo. But back in NXT, where they have her like say her promos on Japanese and her own her mother tongue. She's really good at doing
Mm-hmm.
promos, but for some reason they cut it off when she gets into the main roster because you have to tell the story live, and they don't like in the screen where you have this pre-made promo, which I think is great. I think they should bring that back for Japanese wrestler or international wrestler
Yeah, that's right.
because most of them is really good on the mic. They're just not very great at English, but they're really good at mic in their own language.
That's right. Wala bang translators?
There is, but I think it will ruin the seriousness of the moment. Like if someone is like saying "fuck you" or like that on your in their own language, like "putang ina mo," like that, someone is gonna translate it. Yeah, I don't think it will be that great. But they did before, like Asuka is speaking Japanese, and there's like a promo package where she's doing kickboxing or stuff like that, and she's saying her piece. She's really good. Okay.
Dang.
Yes. All right, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you very much, Candice, for joining me. And I know we did overtime again. Again, thank you for your time, and
It's okay.
it's great
Thank you
speaking.
guys.
It's great speaking with you, and thank you guys for watching. It's supposed to be originally for horror, but there you go, a bunch of everything, a bunch of everything.
ADHD takeover.
All right. Okay. Again, thank you very much for watching. Please like,
Thank you
share, and
guys.
subscribe. Help us. If you want more content, comment what you want. And again, thank you for watching. And thank you, Candice. Bye bye. See you next time.
Bye.